because I found the last 2 months humiliating, where it seemed to me that we had entrenched ideologues who really weren't talking to each other. And I'm a Democrat who called you and said, I'm in favor of adjusting both spending and revenue. And I really want to be here for us to begin to have that kind of respectful and thoughtful decision that you're talking about. When I say I'm worried about jobs, I remember the headline that I was trying to discuss with students that said that the economy is stalling because the corporations aren't hiring. And I know that there have been record profits, and yet there has not been the jobs creation. And so I really want to know, how are we going to hold some accountability that corporations don't just pass dividends to the fortunate stockholders, but in fact do what was intended, and that is use their money to grow our economy.
Sharon, I guess I appreciate that. First of all, thank you for teaching economics, a very important topic in our schools, and one I hope we spend more time on, frankly, for all of our children. I think that with respect to where we are with corporations, I would go back to probably an answer that I've already given, and that is there's a perception of great uncertainty right now in the business sector, on the regulatory end, on what is Washington going to get its act together on the debt, and they're holding back clearly on job creation. And what I hope we will do is, on a bipartisan basis, create some regulatory common sense certainty. We will also encourage, by the way our tax code works, to invest in the United States of America. And I think those are things that we would encourage people to expand business right now that they're not doing. They're holding back capital, and I mean a lot of business owners, both small and large, that tell me that they're holding back because of those two issues. But actually, the first one I think is having an even greater impact from just the feedback I've gotten. And I also, I certainly think what you're doing is very important, having a workforce that knows economics and numbers and is able to go into the workforce.
I mean, for example, I was in California with a friend who was in the administrative office of Chevron, and she said Chevron didn't pay taxes last year. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but if we really do have a tax code that would allow a massive corporation to not be paying taxes, I believe your chart was about personal income tax.
Yeah.
And it was not about other forms of taxes. And so we need to do both.
I'm sorry, the one that showed the disparity?
The one that showed the 50%.
Yes, you're absolutely
That was,
right.
that
You're
was
absolutely
only
right.
personal income tax.
The one that showed the disparity is total revenue. So the one that showed we're at about 24% spending and 14.8, that's a total revenue. And I think that with respect to, where, one example, you've heard that GE didn't pay taxes from here. What they did was they carried forward losses under the tax code, which they were able to do from prior years as part of the tax code. And that was in part, they also were able to rely on some deductions that they got. They have a pretty strong green energy portfolio and some other deductions. It's one of the things that I think that it would be better to simplify and lower to make us more competitive. And so I think